Hello everybody and welcome along to Daytona International Speedway, live in sound and vision from the World Centre of Racing on a beautiful sunny January afternoon. The air temperature has crept up to 52 Fahrenheit, but on the track 88 Fahrenheit. That's 31 Celsius on the track. That's the highest we've seen this Rolex 24 at Daytona week. In the Ford Performance Global Broadcast Centre, I'm John Hindorf. And joining me are the collective talents, experience and knowledge of Peter Mackay and Ryan Marine. This is a 4-hour race that will get the season underway. The BMW Endurance Challenge at Daytona. In the BDO pit lane reporting team, Nick Damon and Joe Bradley. Nick, down to you. Have we got a clear pit lane? Has everyone at least got out of the pit lane?
They have achieved that, yes indeed. They haven't actually spun in the pit lane either. There is a marvellous kind of lineup of all the IMSA officials and the team that makes sure no one's doing anything they shouldn't, running over pit equipment, too many people over the wall, that sort of thing. They're lined up. It's kind of you kind of view down to pit in. There are some fantastic vistas at this place. It's completely unmatched by any other circuit. It really is. When you sit in the pit lane, because there's no retaining wall on the outside, you just feel exposed to the whole excitement of the environment. It's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing, Daytona, to be in the pit lane. But I'm sure that Joe has many more years' experience of standing in pit lane, sometimes on the actual pit perch itself. How about you, Joe?
Well, I've always thought this is a great way to start the Daytona 24-hour weekend. It's a 4-hour race. You might think that's not very long. It's long enough, though, and it's long enough to...
Up to 1:45 in the afternoon. That's 7:15 in the evening in the UK, 7:45 on a Friday night in Europe. Settle back, get your favourite beverage, get some popcorn and snacks. We're going racing for 2025 and the start of the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. The first challenge is the 4 hours here at Daytona for the BMW M Endurance Challenge. The green flag's in the air and we're racing, and it's a clean start from the front of the grid, but the Mustang goes over the top and looks to take the lead. The blue car of Sam Paley right round the outside, and he may get this done, if he can cut it back to the apex. He has from the outside of the front row. Hasn't quite confirmed that at the moment, as they're still side by side, but now he's got a little bit of clear blue water between them. The TCRs have set off on their race as well and through turn one, and that's still the two Hyundais. I think they're in the same positions that they started as the GS cars go towards the kink on relatively cool tyres. It is the 33 that leads from pole position from the two Bryan Herta Autosport cars, Bryson Morris from Harry Gonzaga. And the first thing that we wanted to see was a clean start. We've got it, but coming through at the front of the field, Morgan Burkhardt disputing second place. The two Porsches side by side going into turn 6. That's the entry up onto the high banks for the first time. 4 hours we're on the clock. We're barely a minute into that, and we've already got a scrap for the lead. Ford Mustang, good on the banking, good on the power, and pulling away from the two possibly more nimble Porsches. That was a crucial manoeuvre for Sam Paley at the start of the race. He knew he wanted to lead going onto the banking, but the Porsches might get down the inside. That was, I'm not sure that was a real manoeuvre there, but certainly showing the nose in second place. Luca Mars has managed to, I think, rattled Sam Paley just a little bit. It looked as though he went slightly defensive coming out of the Le Mans chicane for the first time. Through Speedway turn 4, the blue Mustang coming round. It may well lead the first lap, but the Porsche's right there. That Mustang makes a big hole in the air. Infield area. Now that is turn 6, I think, heading back onto...
Oh no, it's William Talley.
It is Will Talley. Good spot. That is the first outing for this car. Dr. Will Talley with the change of manufacturer. Now, did he jump or was he pushed? Oh no, what happened there?
Got tangled up with Ted Giovannis in the Aston.
Yes.
The front-running TCR cars had made their way past the Giovannis Aston Martin, and we've got an engine fire. Oh no, this new car. Engine fire for the number 5 of William Talley, the Honda.
Could be a split hose or an oil line or a fuel line. William is out of the car very quickly. Not easy, actually, because he's up against the wall facing the wrong way, up on speedway turn number 1, and already the AMR safety crew are there. They will first of all deal with Will to make sure he's all right. In goes the fire extinguisher, full course caution number 1 for this opening round of the
Get back into the mix.
And they've just been given an incident responsibility penalty too for that crash with the 39. Also, pit lane speed violation for car 17 JDC Porsche.
That's the new car. That's the new car. Have they not calibrated it correctly?
And a real front runner in TCR, the 93 Honda for MMG. Pit lane speed violation. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
You cannot afford to make these kinds of mistakes. This is such a tight championship and it's such a tight race. Every time we come back to green flag, you spend ages trying to find half a second or a second, and then you give away a drive-through penalty. And that's what Paul Holton's going to have to do, is we've got a spinner on the infield, and it's the new Cupra. This is the Go Racing 55 car in the bright opal fruit tangerine. He's still rolling backwards, foot on the brake, just about to pulls it up before the very expensive spoiler gets caught on the tyre wall. That's coming down towards the Le Mans chicane. He was in close company with the Bryan Herta Autosport Hyundai, who gave him a slap there. That
dear.
Elentra, that was a bit rude.
Might have also put him up on that new curbing we haven't talked about yet. That's at the apex. I don't think that was the curbing, though. That
Laps into his stint. Luca Mars pitting. Well, I think that was early for Luca Mars, so that could have been another problem. And they're working on that car. Again, filling it from the front. That's been done, and it goes. But I reckon that was only 19 lap stint for Luca that time around. So we might have to send Bradders back down to pit in. They're using the pit stall that will be occupied by Porsche Penske Motorsport and their number 6 car. I do notice that one or two of the teams, including Bryan Herta Autosport, have actually put their own banners on the wall. The 76, 98, 18 and 99 VGRT cars, 18 and 99 as well. Oh, hang on a second. Never a good day when a part of the car is doing a different lap time from everyone else, and it's the Aston Martin number 71. Can you believe it? Andrew Davis and Rebel Rock Racing, and that car's not just out of the pits. So what's happened there? Andrew has been out for
23 laps.
Yeah, that is extraordinary. Left rear, and of course the diff will not really want to let him drive, and the wheel and tyre is off. The Michelin tyre, I think, is still inflated, although there's an awful lot of pickup on that tyre, and Andrew is a long way from home because he's just coming out of turn 6, driver's left, going on to the infield. Can you believe it? They had done such a good job at the start of the race with Frank Depew more than pulling his weight and staying on the lead lap. They used the strategy called well, and how does that happen after 20 odd laps?
That's heartbreaking for that crew, for Rob.
So it's looking like, despite this being the only car from the said manufacturer in the whole of the paddock this weekend, it's going to be a great weekend for the McLaren Arturta as they head now into that braking area. Gets it spot on, does Michael Cooper, for accelerating performance. And now just a straight run to the line in the opening round of the 2025 IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge. The BMW M Endurance Challenge at Daytona is surely going to be won by McLaren and by accelerating performance after a terrific drive from Michael Cooper and also from Uretsky doing the opening couple of stints. The TCRs are continuing to fight, but GS will go to that combination of Cooper and Uretsky for accelerating performance. A terrific display from the McLaren Arturta as well. And now we can fully focus on the TCR front runners, and looking like a cracking result for Bryan Herta Autosport, with Denis Dupont maybe the unlikely beneficiary, unless there's a late plan here to switch things around for Mark Wilkins, but he's too far away as they come out of turn 6.
Exercising some demons too for this team. They have come here with strong cars year after year, just haven't had the luck. But that changes this year, it would appear, with a strong 1-2 performance here, headed up by Denis Dupont. And it all comes down to the quick pick work that put this car ahead of its team car.
TCR's braking for the Le Mans chicane. That was the one chance for the two tin tops to switch around. So let's get to Nick Damon with this BDO pit report for reaction for the race winners in GS.
Yeah, everyone's backs up. Everyone, we're with Moisey. There's a big hug going on within the team here. The nerves as we were sitting in the back of this pit for the last couple of laps. With a big kiss, how sweet. Just trying to grab a quick word with Moisey. Wow, that was tense.
Yeah, it was an exciting race. Last few laps, the entire race was amazing. We had a huge stint for me, 2 hours 40 minutes. Cooper brought it home. It's our first win, new team name. Just can't be more thankful for McLaren, and just, man, my heart's pumping. I have no idea what to say.
I mean, it was so close. Those last he came out that final yellow. Did you actually think he was going to do it? It seemed that the Cayman just had the edge in the place it needed to have the edge.
Yeah, I mean, the Cayman definitely is a fast car, but Cooper was smart about it. He just, picked the right moment, and then I knew that once he had it, he wasn't going to give it up, and just good, clean racing, and that's what we want.
Fantastic result, well done.
Thank you very much.
TCR winners Bryan, Herta, Autosport and Hyundai take their first win at this event. And Preston Brown had the, I'm not sure who had the easy job there, the driver or you, having to watch.
TCR on 18 years old. Remember Billy Johnson and Michelin combination in their 59 Core Motorsports Ford Mustang, finishing in 3rd position. And then just off the podium, although by a bit more of a distance, was the McCumbee-Macaleer Racing Mustang. Porsche in 5th ahead of the Windward Racing Mercedes that tended to fade later on. And then to complete the top 10, it was the Ford Mustang of Stephen Cameron Racing, Unitronics Porsche, the LAP Motorsports Ford Mustang, and Hattori Motorsports that looked way off actually at one point, but they did get a top 10 finish with their Supra. A little further down in 11th, Turner Motorsports BMW, the first of 3 Beamers, in fact, 11th, 12th and 13th with Carbahn and the second Turner Motorsport cars there. CSM's Porsche in 14th, ahead of the BMW for Auto Technic Racing, Kingpin Racing's Toyota, Aston Martin, the best finishing of the Astons, was only 17th, ahead of Rafa Racing's Toyota and the second of the Van der Steur Vantages. Then into the TCRs, just into the top 20, in fact, for the Dupont and Brown combination. The first of a couple of Bryan Herta cars finishing 1st and 2nd, and their 3rd car was just off the podium in 4th. That was because Precision Racing LA's Audi sneaked onto the podium, but they got the pace to deserve that, car number 7. Then it was the Haas Honda in 5th, ahead of the TGM Aston Martin Vantage, that was the GS car. Victor Gonzalez Racing 6th in TCR, ahead of the Audi from Precision. Team ACP's Tangerine BMW, a GS car, and Bryan Herta, their 4th car, the Elentra, making it into 29th spot. Then, unfortunately, we're down into the cars that maybe the race strategy did not go to plan. They were caught up in early incidents as well, and we had a total of 6 official retirements in the closing stages, including actually a big incident involved 3 TCR cars right out of a caution, and at least 2 of those 3 very badly damaged indeed.
Especially disappointing for the Go Racing team, debuting that new Cupra and didn't get a chance to see it run for the full 4 hours, and they needed as many laps as they could get with the new platform.
Let's get to Nick Damon with a BDO pit report. We've got to hear from Michael Cooper after that wonderful drive.
Michael, that was an unbelievable last few laps for you. Congratulations from the battle you had with it there. That was amazing. I mean, it just seemed like you had the pace.
In the last chicane, he timed it really well, 6,000 close.
Dennis, give us an insight as to, if any, what information was your engineer giving you in those final couple of laps?
No, he just let me do it at that point. I know where he is. I can see him all over the place. So he just let me do it. And sometimes I need to close the door because there is traffic and things like that. But it was really clean until the end. So with Mark always.
Congratulations, Dennis. Dennis Dupont, he knows what he's doing.
Terrific stuff, and yeah, a really close finish.